Well, they raced twice yesterday. Wins for Josh Rowledge and Harry Reynolds, and it's Reynolds on pole as we go back to Richard John Neal, who's now alongside Paul O'Neill for round 3.
Yeah, 2 different winners to get the season underway. That's what we want, isn't it, in juniors? But I'll tell you what, all of those guys have been super competitive. The qualifying that I alluded to definitely upset the apple cart a little bit yesterday. Maybe we'll get into that once the race is underway, and hopefully not the safety car, but if we do, then we'll talk about that. But this race is based on the results of race 2. Here's how they line up. Harry Reynolds, the winner of race 2, he lines up on pole from Josh Rowledge, and then Joe Warhurst and Akil Alibi. Will McIntyre is on row 3, then Liam McNeely. Kanato Lay from Adam Brown, then it's Alicia Parmosky and Mackenzie Douglas. Fergus Chalmers on row 6 with Akshay Bora. 7th row, AJ Rock with Luca Hopkinson, then it's Zach Meakin and James Wires. Shravan Shanmughaval next up from Sonny Smith, and then following them, Leona Theobald and Luke Watts. Ian Aguilera a little way back with Ella Lloyd for company, then it's Jacob Hodgkiss and Maurice Henry some way back on row 12. Flynn McHardy completing the grid. Interesting weekend so far. The qualifying, very briefly, was to try and stop the drafting that they do in qualifying, and the idea was, I think, Lawrence Tomlinson's idea, and they're trying to work around that, but the drivers basically only wound up with 3 flying laps in a random order, and the likes of Liam McNeely, for example, didn't come out of that well, qualifying in 16th, getting up to 6th by race 2. And he rang me before this race, and he said, it's not ideal for me, I'm just doing what I can.
Yeah, well, listen, everyone's in the same boat.
Of course.
You've got to crack on with what you've got. So, you know, the cream will rise to the top, and Liam McNeely is one of those, and he will definitely rise to the top. Can't wait for this, Richard. New season, awesome.
You think they were teammates on the front row, but they are different teams. Assetto on pole position are racing alongside. That's the right hand of the 2 front row cars. Lights go out and we're away. Joe Warhurst looks quick in blue in 3rd place, but from the outside of the front row, it's round 1 winner Josh Rowledge, who's trying to squeeze Harry Reynolds as they go on the. Are they going to go on the grass? No, Harry doesn't. Side by side into Redgate. This potentially the battle at the moment in the championship, and it's Rowledge, the winter champion, on the outside, gets squeezed by Harry Reynolds. The Weir back car on the left. Off goes the number 70 cars, AJ Rock. Addition to programme he was this weekend. Joe Warhurst squeezing through into 2nd place. Akil Alibi in yellow coming into the mix as well as they come down the craters. Are they going to be able to all stay on at this stage? Liam McNeely's up into 5th place in the Fox Motorsport car, followed by Will McIntyre. Oh, goodness me. And that was Rowledge, but we know he can come back from there.
Yeah, we do, don't we? Let's get this lap out of the way, but great start, wasn't it? And look at the 23, he is going for it. Harry Reynolds absolutely on a mission. Rowledge round the outside, Liam McNeely's up there now. Liam McNeely's, and backwards into the gravel.
Yeah, that was Luke Watts, another quick newcomer last year. That's got to be a safety car there, Paul, isn't it? So we're going to get
definitely, definitely got to be a safety car. So they will see on their dashes now that there's actually a problem, and the safety car's got to come out for that.
Will they be focused on that or the road ahead, though, one asks?
Well, we're about 68 abreast, so yeah, let's see what happens when they come through the chicane and over the line. I'm sure that unless he can get out, there's no way he can get out of the gravel there. But anyway, we're still racing.
We are still racing, very much so. Ian Aguilera goes to show he's got work to do. I'm surprised there's not been a safety car there, but maybe a live recovery, which was attempted on the earlier GT5 Challenge race. I'm on board with Alicia Parmosky here, the scholarship winner, won it last October, and got a rookie podium in her first meeting, courtesy of race 2 yesterday, but about to be challenged here. And it was Ian Aguilera challenging her. Ian was a couple of places back at the end of the previous lap.
Oh, wow, side by side to the Craners, turning in. Great on board there. She did a great job yesterday. And look at that, bouncing across the gravel, bouncing across the grass even, and a lot of dust being kicked up. They're coming to that zone now where that car was off. What do we see? Anything. They all look single file. There you go. You can see a yellow flashing LED there. Everyone does the best they can and stay single file. Great stuff. The dashboard will be yellow. Live snatch, like you said, Richard. So the yellow flashing LEDs on the dashboard as well. Now they're into a green zone. Now they're past that. But that's done. That's dusted. Great work from the crew. Let's go racing.
Yeah, apologies to Ian Aguilera. It was Sonny Smith who was trying to pass Alicia there, and got the move completed as the two leaders come down towards us. Joe Warhurst chasing Harry Reynolds, the young Welshman, taking his first win in the championship yesterday, coached by Ginetta works driver.
Sonny Smith's got that job done. The 72 is now past Alicia.
Yep, he has. So he's gone through. So Reynolds, the race leader. There is Sonny right in front of us.
Go on.
Palmowski, she can have a go. Not room there, is there? So she's going to have to follow Sonny, who did a couple of rounds with us last year. I think his first round, if I remember correctly, was here. So he's got experience of Donington, because this round was later in the year, wasn't it, this venue last year? Yeah.
Look at this now. Thanks, you've given me 3 abreast down the Craners. And Zach Meakin trying to stick his nose in there as well. Thinks better of it. Back into single file. Look at that, though. Joe Warhurst, go on, my man. 95 there, trying to get up the inside for the lead. But great array of colours with these cars, and back on board with Alicia. She had a fantastic day yesterday, didn't she? On the podium. Brilliant.
Yeah, I think she wanted to ignore the first race, got collected and went out, started off the back, but made a good lot of progress. So Reynolds starting to break away. Warhurst, I keep wanting to call him Warhorse for some reason, but Warhurst is there in second. He's got the fastest first flying lap with a 1:24.578.
So this is a great little onboard. This is Alicia. So Palmowski getting off the line amazingly. And listen to that, hardly any wheel spin, but, well, she must have just struggled a bit on the clutch, because she got a couple past her. So coming up to Redgate.
That's a teammate there, was Fergus Chalmers.
Yeah, everybody concertinaing up. But look at that, she keeps her foot in, gets on the throttle. She's full throttle now. This is down the Craners. Listen to the gearbox. You'll hear it change, flat change. Oh! Look at that, side by side her teammate giving a right old clout there on the 24. That was amazing. And now round the outside, she keeps her foot in. She has a big moment, big slide. He's still there, isn't he?
Mackenzie Douglas.
Yeah, Mackenzie Douglas still there.
Oh!
Loads of dust. Do you hear the throttle come out? No, like Days of Thunder. Go high, Alicia. She did the job. But look at this for the lead.
Yeah, it's still Harry Reynolds out there, and coached by Charlie Robertson. I finally managed to say that. Thought we flicking everywhere, and Warhurst loses a little bit of ground there. Warhurst next up then. It's a kill alibi. Change, I think. McIntyre now gets the fastest lap of the race, 1:24.138 in 5th position. Kanato Lee is next. He's being coached by Jake Hill, and part of the MB team is Kanato. But look at this 3-4 wide Kanato, the white and black car at the back, just keeping clear of them, isn't he? It's almost like the reputation precedes them. I'll keep out of the way, take a different bit of the track if you all go off, or just whiz around the outside. But he's still with them in that 6th position. But it's almost an elite sandwich here, isn't it, apart from Josh Rowledge? Yeah,
and look at that, P1 has gone, and look at that lead that's been dropped. And Joe in the blue car is just defending for his life. He's just trying to get the thing through the chicane, but now look how the cars are towing, and that's the aerodynamics that comes off the back of the car in the front of the pack. Look at the speed of that. He's going for it. Rowledge across the line in 3rd place, but he will be 2nd if he can get this move done. But look behind, all those cars are trying to get round the outside. Rowledge in the number 10. What a move. Can he get it done? This could end in 4 abreast down the Craners. How will it end? Looks like a load of Mickey Mouses coming down the Craners. Look at the ears on the wing mirrors. Amazing.
Kanato loves that outside line. He's just keeps sticking at it. He's still down there in 6th position. Here comes Rowledge, though. McIntyre in red, Warhurst in blue leads this group at the moment. But fair play, Josh Rowledge, who really stepped up to the plate at Brands Hatch in the Winter Series last year, came back and won that. Warhurst there, Rowledge trying absolutely everything, and now we've got 3 elite cars on the inside. No, 4 now, in fact, because Kanato is coming up as well. Now Liam McNeely getting in the mix as well. We'll look to come through with Fergus Chalmers right in behind as well, trying to get in the mix too.
Yeah, it's really all going off, isn't it? That's amazing. And like you say, Chalmers in the 71, taking a wide line. Talk about tight lines. Liam McNeely in the 48 Fox car, he's down the inside. This could really work out, because he could nick a couple of places. Chalmers says, I'll have a bit of that, captain. Rowledge, left in the number 10, on the outside, coming down to the chicane. Who's going to break first? Good luck.
Yeah, amazing stuff from the juniors. Still only 12 minutes to go on this one. We want a longer race as ever. Through they go. So it's Reynolds now 4 seconds clear. All that squabbling has cost them massive. massive.
As soon as you run along that white line, like they're doing, that's not the white line, that's the grass, Josh! What's going on, lad? He smashes one of our sponsor hoardings down. That'll be a grand, please, Captain.
Yeah, Mr. Galby going to have a little chat with him about that. Rowledge still there. Smith goes wide. Sonny Smith was on pole overall for the meeting. Remember, race 2 is the driver's second best fastest lap, but Smith was the fastest man on those 3 flying laps, and there was a lot of talk about it in the paddock. Whether Ginetta will change things around or not, I don't know. The 50 car in the mix as well is Adam Brown, much further up than he was last year, up in towards the top 10. Adam Brown in the 50 car. That's the dark grey and yellow car at the back of this group. Great to see him and the Ultimate Speed Racing team making good progress.
Yeah, great to see. Really is good to see. Look at this battle. This is for 4th place, and it goes down to 11th, which could become down to 15th. There's another pack of cars that are going to be on the back of this in a second. This is amazing stuff. But look at the defence, just makes everyone so much slower. The racecraft that these guys and girls are picking up is absolutely spectacular. The green car at the back, Zach Meakin, he's going to now try and get down the inside, and he could come out from 15,000th place up to 4th place if he gets this chicane entry right, because look how they're just trying to shuffle as they come through the chicane. Brilliant stuff. This is just exceptional to see. You just really couldn't get any closer racing.
Everybody loves the juniors. Little wide moment there for Alabai. The South African driver was pretty much based over here last year. A little bit more commuting as Travellers got freed up this year, but he's coming under pressure from Sonny Smith, who's going to look on the inside. The spinner at the back going off there is Ella Lloyd, one of our... We've got 3 girls racing in the championship this year. Ella, very, very impressive in testing on Thursday. The team, Assetto Motorsport, were absolutely delighted with what Ella did and said she's so analytical, so very, very intelligent.
Oh, look at that. What a shame. She had it all gathered up. She had oversteer on the way into the right-hander of the chicane, so she's lost rear grip. She tried to straighten it up, and the steering wheel just comes out your hands, and the dog is wagged by the tail. But great stuff. Ella's got it back on track. She goes again.
Yep, she'll try and get back up, and I think he's going to be, knocking on the door of the top 10 before very long. Fastest lap with McIntyre still back in 3rd place. That red car just gone out of shot. Liam McNeely close at the moment. For my money, we might be seeing Rowledge and McNeely getting involved. That's a potential championship battle, but we've got this quintet of cars dicing it out. And as you said, Meakin could come through, couldn't he, here from the back, tucking himself up on the inside. And this is just like a squadron.
This is unreal, isn't it? It looks like the Red Arrows, doesn't it? It's like in formation, but they're so respectful. I hope this carries on for the rest of the race. They're so respectful of each other. They know they have to be close.
That's the kiss of death, isn't it?
Well,
yeah.
No, Richard, stop being so pessimistic. Look at this. Look at this now.
I tell you what, Maurice Henry's in that lot as well. The white car with the turquoise colour and the black. That's Maurice Henry from the back of the grid. So he's trying to do a Liam McNeely here and get up through the field. Dismal weekend for him. Again, bless him, sent me a little update last night just to let me know, but his head's not down. He's coming through the field and dicing there with the 31 of Akshay Bora. Replay.
Yeah. So what we got here... Oh, she's had another off there. So obviously the tyres were well choked up with gravel and dust, and she's just understeered a bit wider than before on the previous of the lap. So a bit of a shame, but she's trying to catch up as well, and that's what can happen. Look at this though. This now is looking like proper stuff.
Yeah, all for 3rd position in the mix here. So Kanato Lay going through. Reynolds and Moorhurst still there, and coming up the hill goes that 14. Kanato Lee busy chasing him in the 77 of Ian Aguilera. Ian's made a lot of progress through the field as well. One of Phil Blue's charges for the R Racing team. And again, disappointing race 2 for him, but working his way through. Looks like Rowledge is getting away from Liam McNeely now. So Rowledge for 4th place, looking a little bit happier. Liam McNeely can't reel him in. And we're still really focusing on this one for 7th and 8th place.
Yeah, there's just a bit of a gap, isn't there, appearing with the top 4 there, just in different sectors. But this is where the battle is. This is really good stuff. This is what we want to see with juniors. So much information for these drivers, because they're just finding out how to defend, how to go forward, and how to make their rivals do things so they can get past them and attack the next pack of drivers. But look at the 3. The 3 are definitely just now spacing out.
Yep, they are. And it's Harry Reynolds now 2.67 seconds, and we've got a good dice on going here. Fergus Chalmers with the 72 of Sonny Smith, though sequential numbers, and enjoying themselves on the race here. Chalmers holding sway at the moment. Very much like all these youngsters, it doesn't matter. He's always helping out the team. Said this last year. He turned up to help out at the scholarship last year with his team and goes to British GT events. Back with Pomoski though on board. Yeah,
Pomoski now. Oh, just had got a bit of a lunge there, didn't she? So that was Adam Brown. No, it wasn't Adam Brown. Sorry, that was Jacob Hodges. Yeah. So now she's back in the toe of him. Where can she go though? Oh, look at that little bump draft. You can do that. Keep your throttle wide open. As long as you don't hit him too hard and not square in the bumper, you'll be fine. But now she's making him defend. She gets a good run here. Look at that. She backs off, then tries to fire the power through in the 21. That was our camera car, and now she's got a really good chance as we go back on board. Listen to the gear change. Absolutely flat to the board. Sounds very mechanical, but it's a flat shift, sequential gearbox in these cars. She goes wide. She's going to now try and get the right line on the two cars in front of her. So now she gets on the power in the 21. Great stuff from the onboard. She's got the run now, but she's got nowhere to go. She's blocked off. There's two abreast in front of her going down the crane. This is great stuff. Look at this. This is flat out. Will we see any brake lights? Of course we won't, because we're in Ginetta Junior Racing. She can now pick a place where she's going to pick the throttle up. Can she get down the inside of the 31? This will be a great run up for her going to McLean. Great stuff.
Yeah, actually, Bora, the driver in front, you might recognise the name from the UAE F4 Championship. Actually, he's going through on the inside and makes the move. So a very good move there by the quiet, I understand, our race. One of many drivers haven't had a chance to catch up with yet, but good stuff from him. And Alicia just at the back of that group at the moment. A reminder, you're watching 14 to 17-year-olds racing these cars. This is not, if you just tuned in, it's not senior racing. These are the youngsters, the stars of tomorrow, battling it out, learning hard. And Alicia winning the scholarship, multiple karting champion, and looking at making the move here around the outside of Jacob Hodgkiss. Already seen that Hodgkiss do well in Ginetta Challenge, and Jacob working hard. It's a job to know where to go in this quartet. Reynolds still leading out front, 2.1 seconds the race lead with 5 minutes left on the clock. Yeah,
you see that it just depends if they have to defend, but Alicia doing an absolutely grand job. Let's give thanks to her as she goes down the inside. Hodgkiss, is he going to defend? He has a think about it, and she was very respectful then, very, very respectful. That is now going to be a problem. She's now into the clutches of James Wires. He's going to have a look around the outside. Good luck with that, mate, because that could be a risky move. Alicia, keep your foot in. Keep your foot in, you'll get down to the old hairpin. She's back down the inside of him, but she did lose a lot of space. And again, so close. Brilliant racing. She's taking so much from this, but fair play to her for taking the onboard camera, because some people, as we go back on board with Alicia, won't take the camera. They think it's bad luck. They think it's too much extra weight. She's done the right thing. Yeah. Her sponsors and everyone are getting great coverage. This is mega. Look at the oversteer from your boy.
James Wires, another top man from the scholarship last year, did the Winter Championship as well. Someone said to me, do you know what, he's a real quiet lad. It was Jim Edwards said, he's really quiet. But I said, no, he came over to me, dragged me down to talk to the team, side by side elsewhere. Ginetta Lee coming under pressure here from the 14 car of Akil Alabai. Great battle between these two teammates. Alabai back for his second season. Maurice Henry back in behind them as well, currently running in 10th position. Wow, here we go. Let's have a look. Akil's in the position where he can put the pressure on, but Ginetta Lee, first race, lots of success in karting for him, but first car race.
Oh, I tell you what he's done. He's gone really
he likes wide. The wide line,
I was going to say, look what's happened now. That's like kind of bunched up behind. He's got away with that, to be fair, but look at these three as they come down, and I always wince when they come down flat out, because you can't see it on the TV. It's such a big hill, and the braking zone is a compression right-hander for a fourth gear, old hairpin corner, and look now, you've got big pressure. Aguilera is right on this. He is right on it, mad for it.
Yeah, he's having a go. So Aguilera on the inside of Akil Alabai. Next target is going to be the 49, the previous year's scholar, Maurice Henry, who's done well to get himself back on the grid for this year. Looks like Henry's going to get away with that. Alabai getting stuck in again and passes the South African, passes the Mexican.
I tell you what, we're so lucky in the UK. We have so many different people coming over to race our cars. Look at that.
Oh,
He's telling him, stop attacking, get in my toe, we need to crack on, get to this these next two in front of us. It's good stuff. That's proper karting stuff, that is.
Pleased to see Maurice hopefully going to get a good finish here, and I hope that's not the kiss of death for him, but he's up front, and to work his way from the back into ninth, a good drive from him. Let's have a look again at that move.
So, yeah, so this is Alicia, this is going up to McLean's, flat out through. Oh, look at that.
Was that Hotchkiss?
That was Hotchkiss. I did see him drop down the tower of our graphics, so he's
That's
obviously,
wide.
yeah, so he's gone wide, and yeah, not good for him.
Good spot by you and our spotters.
Yeah, good stuff.
Checking that out. So Chalmers and Smith now back involved once again. Remember Sonny Smith from a hero in qualifying, that pole position, and now chasing Chalmers once again to try and get stuck in. All this for 6th position, 1 minute 56 left on the clock. Front is as it was, although the gap's actually come down. Warhurst is only 9/10 down now. He was like 4 seconds.
Oh, God.
By the way, so it's closed up for the lead while we've been looking at all of these battles going on. Back with Alicia.
Someone's alongside there, Richie.
James Wise in front. Who is it alongside?
Someone isn't alongside now, Richie. Someone's gonna go bye-bye, Richie. That's good, isn't it? That was a great move. Absolute spot. Look at this. Oh, she's on here because these two have held each other up. She could get another couple of places. It just depends where the person is behind her. And there you go. It was the 94, and that was Hotchkiss coming back on.
Yeah. So Hotchkiss trying to recover. So Tarmowski 14th place. 5 of them all dancing. 1:12 to go. The gap is 0.4 of a second. As I mentioned, the leaders are very close indeed, but Wise is in the mix. Tarmowski there as well. Hotchkiss trying to close through as well. And back with, this is the battle for the lead. I told you it was getting closer, and now we get the chance finally to focus on it. And out front, it's Harry Reynolds under pressure from Warhurst, who had the fastest lap earlier on. The Welshman had a 4-second lead at one point, and that, Paul O'Neill, has come right down.
Right down, isn't it? It's now or never for the blue 95. He's really got to keep this pressure on. Oh no, is this going to be a safety car?
That's Alicia off, and also Akshay Bora is off. We're hearing a penalty, time penalty for car number, is it car number 18? Who's got a time penalty, so we'll catch up with that. But this is the battle for the lead. Now, are we going to get a red flag and the result going back, or are these going to race to the checker? 18 seconds to go. Are they going to squeeze in one more lap for this, or are they going to red flag it like they did the challenge race earlier on?
They'll get another lap. They'll get another lap. They'll cross the line before it. It's another lap, but is it going to be a red flag?
It might be a red on the last lap. We'll wait and see. For safety's sake, they're on the final lap. Marshall's working hard as ever, trying to clear those cars. Remember, they'll get the appropriate signalling to say that there's a car. Marshall's rightly coming away from it. You can see the yellow flashing LEDs at the side of the track, and Reynolds and Warhurst there behaving very well.
Very well. So there was a yellow LED being flashed. That means that these guys and girls slowed it down. They didn't overtake. There it is. They've all seen that, and now we can still race to the final. Look, Warhurst in the 95, not giving up. He's got to get it set up now. He's close enough for an attack. Is he going to try and jink underneath him now? But look, he's made him defend. He's going to try and go around the outside. What are you doing, mate? This could be the best thing I've ever seen. Look at that.
He's got him. He's got his face in front, Paul. Here we go, side by side. And now the Welshman's going to come back up the inside. On the brakes, Harry Reynolds got back at him.
Yeah, but look at the run that Reynolds has got now. I think it's game over. It was all done at that corner. Fantastic race. This will be a fantastic win for Reynolds. I love that.
Yeah, great dicing between the two, reminiscent of yesterday between Reynolds and Rolich. This time it's Reynolds and Warhurst. Harry Reynolds knows he's got some competition in this championship through the Roberts chicane, and Harry Reynolds is going to be the first double winner of the 2022 season. Reynolds takes it, the young Welsh star takes it from Warhurst. Rolich is in 3rd place, but now I think getting dropped down with the time, so it's McIntyre who will come home in 3rd place and complete the podium. No, he doesn't, it is Rolich, beg your pardon. McIntyre next up. Liam McNeely makes up a place, goes into 5th position as we now watch Ian Aguilera coming through up ahead of Akil Alibi. Here comes Ian the Mexican through, and both of those guys having a good drive. Oh dear, Jacob Hotchkiss involved in the mix. A spin for Adam Brown in the 50. I was nearly going to say Adam Brown was by far and away the most improved driver from last year. I said he was doing well. It has been impressive the way he's really come on over the winter months. Through ahead of him went Shravan Shramagavel. He's gone through as well, made up a position. He's done well, actually, come through for 18th place. But across the line goes Adam Brown. Yeah,
such a shame. Such an easy thing to do that through the chicane. It's quite bumpy. These cars are rear-wheel drive and they don't like the bumps.
Adam Brown got 9th place yesterday, so first time, I think, for him in the top 10. But there is Harry Reynolds. Remember me saying about him, was it last year, Paul, about he'd done the scholarship, and he got in touch with me before and said, looking forward to meeting you, is there anything I need to do, and so on and so forth. And he was really on the case, and he always says, and I always has a little chat and pings messages through, and that's great, you know. And I hope with all the drivers that do that, that's the start of a long friendship in motor racing. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's not all about the driving, it's about the personalities, and it's about letting us know what's going on in your weekend. And like you say, Richard, it's great that you have the relationships with these youngsters, because they are so fascinating to watch, and where they end up is just amazing. And that is such a shame for Alicia. What happened? We've got a replay. This is coming down to Lodge. It's coming down to Redgate, the first corner. Is she minding her own business and gets cut across? Is someone into the back?
Nightmare, Hodgkiss, and she takes him with. She takes Bora with him. That's going to be looked at. So on board, so she kind of minding her own business. She's thinking, right, I'll have a bit of this. I want a bit of Adam Brown down the inside. Now she's going to just stay where she is. She's defending along the white line. She's lifting, coasting there. She's not braking yet, just anticipating it. Takes the apex. She has a little touch, but that's not a problem. But then it's from behind. It's Hodgkiss. It's Hodgkiss knocks her into the side. I forgot actually who she takes. Oh, she took Bora with her into the gravel, didn't she?
Yeah.
So look, she's out of control, and that for the 21 was nothing to do with her left rear damage as well. That will be looked at, because she was knocked out of control. Good call by race control there as well, not to red flag it. They got it done safely. That was dealt with safely. The drivers knew it was there. That was good stuff from them. So here's the result, round 3 of the Michelin Ginetta Junior Championship 2022. Second win on the bounce for Harry Reynolds from Joe Warhurst. Then it was Josh Rowledge. 4th position, Will McIntyre. He gets fastest lap as well. Then Liam McNeely in 5th position. Fergus Chalmers 6th from Sonny Smith and Conato Lay. Those two completing the rookie podium. Maurice Henry in 9th from the back. Ian Aguilera is in 10th. 11th goes to Akil Alibi. Then Jacob Hodgkiss and James Wires. Mackenzie Douglas 14th. A gaggle of rookies here, as you can see. AJ Rock next up in 15th from Luca Hopkinson. Leona Theobald, another newcomer in the championship, 17th. Shravan Shramagavel is next up in 18th from Adam Brown, and Ella Lloyd recovering for that 20th position. 21st going officially to Akshay Bora, although obviously had that issue. Flynn McHardy next, gets some mileage under his belt, which was good, and problems, as we saw, for Alicia Parmosky, Zach Meakin and Luke Watts. So we've now had 3 races this weekend, 2 of them yesterday. I prefer it when we have a 2-race Sunday, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's Harry Reynolds that leads the championship by just 4 points. Typically close Ginetta table as ever. Josh Rowledge in 2nd. Joe Warhurst, 2nd place there, finishes in the weekend in 3rd place in the table from Will McIntyre. Sonny Smith is 5th, and then Liam McNeely from Conato Lay. Then Akil Alibi. Fergus Chalmers is in 9th, and Ian Aguilera in 10th. And Louise is with Harry Reynolds.
I am. I'm with our top 3 drivers, actually. But let's start with Harry, who